Hello, you lovely, lovely people. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Once again, Cyril Ramaphosa is going to be talking to us tonight at 8 p.m. And as always, on this channel, I cover it and I give a bit of my 2 cents after the speech. So as soon as he starts, which will be at 8 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen, I will then turn over to him. But before I do, I wanted to share with you guys something. I don't know who saw this. But I want to share with you something. I want to share with you something that I found sad, funny, and left me just speechless all at the same time, and not in a good way. All right. So let me just pop this up here. All right. This is ENCA earlier today saying, watch, President Ramaphosa checks the delivery receipt of the vaccine. Vaccine for South Africa, ENCA, courtesy, DSTV 403. Okay. Now, I'm going to play this, and then I would like to know your guys' thoughts. First, I'm going to do full screen.
Well, if you are just joining us, I'm sure you actually saw that the president's looking at the delivery receipt for AstraZeneca vaccines. And to remind you about these private deliveries you get, you check the receipt, and of course, applause from everyone there. The president saying that, yes, thumbs up, he gave earlier. That is the Astra.
Okay, so this reporter, I forget his name, is like, yes, of course. And then everybody applauds. I've never received a package and then the delivery guy applause after I checked the receipt. All right. Also, what was the point of this? Someone, please, for the life of me, explain what on earth was the point of this. I literally just saw a man do nothing, right? He just,
this is it. Oh, okay. Yeah, this looks like a normal piece of paper. Nothing on the back. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, cool. Yeah.
He's nodding like he knows what he just looked at. All right. He has no idea what he's like. Someone told me to do this, so I'm just, that should be enough. That should be good enough, right?
It's like, oh, okay. Where do I stand? Oh, you want me to stand there? Okay, good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good news. We are all going to get 1 billion rand in our bank accounts.
Yay! And then that's when everybody applauds. That's why people were applauding. No other reason. All right. This was a waste of time. And ENCA, for some reason, is highly chuffed with themselves. Right? President Ramaphosa checks the delivery receipt of the vaccine. Who cares? Get the vaccine where it's supposed to be. All right. But you know what I also like to look at sometimes is the comments. And of course, he looked at a piece of paper, didn't compare it to the order, nor where the items counted, nor were the items counted. And the sheep applauded that. Really? Pretty much. Doesn't know how. Why, yes. Why, yes, the paper is white. Yep, that's pretty much what he did. Yeah. Yeah, when you look at your receipt at Woolies. Exactly. Like,
oh, okay. Oh, that's how much it was. Okay, cool. So we all made like 1 billion rand. Thank you.
Oh, man. Not bad. It's doable. Laughs and corruption. Man, I feel exactly how this guy feels right now. What did I just watch? Really? To show us what? A crate with a tag. And now we must do what? Rejoice and jump up and down with gratitude, hailing as the savior and hero? Where's the 500 billion? Where's the arrests of the PPE scandals? Stop grandstanding, man. Exactly. Nobody in the comment sections are like, oh my word, this is like so like heroic. Yeah. I don't know what that means. Quality. Nobody here is like happy. Nobody here is going like, oh my, such a great president. Oh, he's so beautiful. Oh man, these guys. I'm just gonna let you guys read that one. The meme. Yeah, surprised they didn't do a ribbon cutting ceremony. Exactly, like that was just the one, like champagne, break the champagne. One. Nobody. I bet he doesn't know what he's checking. Exactly. Everybody can see this. Like, why did they make him do this? ENCA, News 24, IOL, PR companies. Hey, let's do a marketing campaign, Mr. President, where you go to the crate as it lands and comes out. And you just check the receipt, Mr. Oh, the world's going to think it's amazing that you check the receipts. I'm sure there's a guy who can do that and not waste the president's time. That's all I'm saying. All right. What difference does it make? I'm sorry. I saw this today and I'm like, why is this a thing? SA is the only country in the world having ceremony on receiving vaccine. Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Everybody realizes how stupid this is. Cyril Ramaphosa is giving a 70 Rand super chat saying, guys, I was making sure it's not. Nice. All right, Cyril. All right, maybe. Hello, Nabila. Good to see you back. Where you been? How you been? Thank you for joining in. And thank you to everybody else who's watching. Keep those super chats coming in. It's greatly appreciated. The president is still 20 minutes away from chatting to us. I am going to go through what I think is going to happen. I've been reading some articles about what might happen. There's been a lot of talk about what president is going to announce. So, but first I thought I'd start off with a bit of humor and cucking out the president on this. Well, it's not really his fault. It's not his fault because this is like media trying to make him look good, like he really cares, you know. I mean, this is my favorite moment right here, when he looks, turns the paper, like he knows what he's reading. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, that's good. He has no idea. That is a nod of a man that is just nodding for the sake of nodding. He doesn't know. And then he just holds the paper. Have you seen this? Have you seen that? We're going to get money now. We're going to get money. That's what's going to happen. Hey, yeah. I think that was even him saying, for that moment right there. Hold on. That moment right there. Where is it?
Applause.
Okay, mute that guy. There was a moment here where I think he literally said, I don't know what's going on. He's going to put his arms up like this. You're going to see it just off camera. There. He's like, I don't know. I don't know. But there. All right, cool. Enough of that. Jeez. Enough of that for now. All right, so what do we think? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, hello, JP Rousseau. I see you. How's it, buddy? And Louis Nell, thank you so much for tuning in as well. Nabila, good to see you. Anti-Marxist ZA, good to see you, my friend. Good to see all of you. Clarissa, thank you so much for joining. Wow, Clarissa, I feel honored that you are here with me. This is amazing. Guys, can we give a round of applause for Clarissa in the chats, please? She like almost never is here on a live chat. Like, this is amazing. Thank you, Clarissa. Thank you so much. Valerie Cooper, good to see you as well. So many people. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Graham, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. All right, cool. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Nabila, for the applause. All right, cool. So I'm going to show you guys an article that I think predicts what is pretty much going to happen tonight. It's pretty straightforward. So yeah, this is Business Tech. There's been a few articles throughout the day that have kind of predicted or tried to shed some light on what the president might be announcing tonight. And yeah, well, good news and some, well, I mean, I gotta admit, it's not that bad. I mean, we're still in lockdown. That's the bad news. We're still gonna be in lockdown. Like, anybody who thinks that the lockdown is gonna be over is wrong. But a key consideration is the alcohol around the president address will be the issue of alcohol sales. News 24 reported that discussions are underway in several government departments to consider the possibility of lifting the alcohol ban as infection rates ease, not decrease, is. But okay. The opening of beaches, the evening curfew, and concerns around the opening of schools are also issues which have been raised and are likely to considered. To be considered. That's not me. That's them. So yeah, the South African Liquor Brand Owners Association says the most recent data on South Africa's COVID-19 hospitalizations point to a steady decline, indicating that the latest ban has done its job. The chairperson says available data does not back a government's argument that the current prohibition of sale of alcohol is being maintained to preserve the maximum capacity in the health system to handle a surge in COVID-19 admissions. Okay, the first two bans, alcohol excise tax contribution to government declined by more than 28% from 47 billion rand in 2019-2020 to 34 billion in 2020-21. This 13 billion rand loss in alcohol tax revenue could have easily compensated for the investment needed in procurement of vaccines and other measures needed to curb the impact of C-19 on our society. So yeah, they're trying to push to have the alcohol ban lifted. That's definitely what is happening, and I know that is a big concern for everybody at the moment. Is the alcohol ban going to be lifted? And I think it will. I've been seeing in every article that I've been reading that everyone's saying there's a great possibility that the alcohol ban is going to be lifted. Whether it's going to be lifted today with immediate effect, I don't know. I have a feeling he might actually say on the 15th of February, the ban will be lifted. Yeah, and then not much about school. Curfew has been rumored to now be from 11 to 5 in the morning or 11 to 6 in the morning. I'm not sure, but definitely only at you're supposed to be home at 11 now. Well, that's what the rumor is around the water cooler. Don't quote me on that. So yeah, and then gatherings and beaches are going to be opened, and gatherings will still be limited, but beaches are rumored to also open up. Whether or not this is because of the protests that happened this past weekend, which, by the way, if you haven't seen it yet, I was on the ground, so please go check that out. I was on the ground in Bloberg covering the protests there, where people went on the beach and they protest and kind of tried to reclaim the Bloberg beach. So you can go check that out. It's on my channel. Yes, JC, I would believe so. The new curfew will very much assist the restaurant industry. We hope so. I think the restaurant industry desperately needs that 11 o'clock curfew to be lifted, or the curfew, sorry, not the 11 o'clock curfew, the 8 to 9 o'clock curfew to be lifted. I don't even know what time it is now. I think restaurants have to be closed at 8 now, which is really crap. All right, so let me quickly, while I am here, let's also do this. Let's go and get things ready now. All right, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. So as you can see, the president is still waiting. We've got, according to SABC, just under 16 minutes left before the president is set to address us. Nabila is always one of the first to suggest or start the bets at what time she thinks the president will be joining us. I think last time she was pretty close. She said he's going to be 5 minutes late. I can't remember if she was close to that or not. You guys think he's going to be late? I don't know. What do you guys think is going to happen? Curfew at 11. Yeah, we could see that. JC says, yeah, 3 minutes. Bradley, you noticed, eh? Yeah, I noticed that earlier chat is disabled because it's just constant hate when they have chat on. Constant hate. We noticed this last time. 5 minutes minimum. He's going to be late. I don't know. Yeah, I think because they planned it out, he might actually be on time. Like they announced this quite early. in the day. It wasn't like a last moment thing. So I think they've been planning for this to happen, obviously before Sona. Sona is going to happen next week, which I will also be covering. And Louis Snyman, hello. Thank you so much for tuning in. Gentle Inflatables, good to have you here. Hello. I think they're going to try and make themselves look good before Sona. Here's my prediction, guys. So lock it in 1st of February, all right? I think we're going to go into lockdown level 2 tonight. That's what I think is going to happen. And it's either going to happen with immediate effect or it's going to happen on the 15th of February, all right? No doubt the state of disaster will be extended. And I have a feeling that somewhere along the line between February and April, May, maybe, there's going to be talks about third wave. Somewhere along that time, third wave, they're going to start, the media is going to start, oh, there's a third wave, winter's coming, oh, third wave. And then boom, as we head into winter or a month into winter, we'll have another lockdown. I don't know if it's going to be a harsh lockdown. It might be another level 3. I don't know if it's going to be, but I'm telling you now, there will be another lockdown coming. I don't know if that's going to be the last lockdown. We will see for the year. I don't know, but guys, unfortunately, my prediction is we're going to be doing this dance for the rest of the year, I think, back in and out. So yes, even JP says, oh yes, third wave is coming. So there you go. Hello, Reese. Good to have you here. So yeah, unfortunately, I want to be wrong. I said this before. I said this last year as we were in, I think, September-ish. I said this, we're going to go back into lockdown over summer. And guess what happened? I thought it was actually going to be at the end of Jan that we'd be in lockdown level 3. It happened earlier than I predicted. So yeah, and I think this is where we're headed. I think now what's going to happen is they're going to justify the lockdowns because they're going to talk about how the because of the lockdown, it's been working. We're going to ease just a little bit, and then as soon as those numbers go up again, they're going to boom, and it's going to be towards winter. That's what I think. Clarissa saying, I just wonder when South Africans are going to get hurtful and riot. We love riots, but fuck all is happening. I don't know if we love riots. Something I've noticed, Clarissa, about South Africans is we're very tolerant. And I know that sounds weird, but I mean, like, we just keep on taking the punches and we're like, ow, okay, ow. We're in that hole. And our captors are just, they don't give us food and we just accept it. They don't give us our like, we just take it. And there is going to be a breaking point. I've been predicting this breaking point for a very long time. I don't know when. I have no idea. But judging by the amount of protests that have been happening, judging by how I see in the comments on social media, how upset people are, how upset South Africans are, and rightfully so. I think a breaking point is coming soon. I really do. I really, really do. And yeah. So yeah. I think Valerie meant to say we don't riot even we have our pride. Okay. So yeah. Gentle. Oh, they know I'm coming home in time to open beach. Yeah, see what happens when you leave, Gentle. Everything goes to hell. Come back. All right. So yeah, that is pretty much what I predict for now. Like I said, I think lockdown level 2-ish. Alcohol might come back. Beaches are open. Still restrictions on gathering. Light open, or less of a curfew. Yeah, I don't know about schools. I have no idea what's happening with schools. But yeah, that's my prediction. We're going to be eased a bit come winter, back into level 3 at least. So yeah, the moment this alcohol ban is lifted, go to the shops. Don't let these other people worry. I know you. That's the thing, right? This is what I don't understand. About this logic, right? This logic that's going on right now. You ban alcohol, and it's let's for argument's sake say that it's true that, and I'm not saying it is or isn't, but like let's just play along with the narrative that alcohol causes a lot more trauma and it causes a strain on hospitals. Let's just go along with that. Now you unban it, and you have hundreds, if not thousands of people going to the shops because now they're scared. You've done this twice. You've taken alcohol 3 times. 3 times. This is the 3rd time. 3 times you've taken alcohol away from people. So what's going to happen is people who have money are going to go to the shops and they're going to buy as much alcohol as they possibly can. So in effect, what happens? More people are going to crowd around each other, go to like a small shop, and guess what's going to happen? The disease is going to spread again, right? People are going to party. People are going to go to their bar, all that stuff. Now that the curfews might be at 11 o'clock, it just doesn't make sense. And this is why you'll hear a 3rd wave, right? That's what they'll say. That's what they'll do.
Oh, we opened up everything and now everybody was irresponsible. So now we have to 3rd wave.
That's what's going to happen. Mark my words. That's what's going to happen. So yeah. Macro's going to be caught busy. Yeah, exactly. Everywhere that's selling alcohol for the next week is going to be busy. All right. I still have alcohol. Yeah, but do you have enough? That's the question. So yeah, that's basically what's going to happen. It's the same, like it doesn't make sense. A lot of these things don't make sense. Same with the beach protests. Everyone's saying like, oh, what really pisses me off about the beach protest, and when I say that, I don't mean the people that were protesting. I mean the people that were condemning the people that were protesting. Because you saw a lot on social media. I can't believe how people can protest. This is dangerous times, or whatever. And how do you want to go to the beach during a pandemic? What people don't understand is it's people that were protesting about the beach. It didn't make sense because you can, and we spoke to officers, you can swim. This is the thing. You can swim. If you can get a boat, and you can get a fisher license or fisherman license, whatever, get a boat, go out into the ocean, get into the water. You can surf. You can do whatever. You just can't be on the beach. You can't be on the sand 100 meters from the shoreline. You can't do that, which doesn't make any sense. So you're saying, oh, no, you can surf, but you just got to do this whole rigmarole thing. Why not just let people surf? Surfing, by nature, people are on their own because they need space to surf. Same with sky surfing. All these, I spoke to a guy who was doing sky surfing, and he said, like, we naturally are away from people because we got to get set up, and then we want the wind, and we don't want to hit people when we surf. Like, it's social distancing before people were social distancing, right? And it's healthy to be in the sun. I mean, even Cyril said it himself, like, oh, if you can, go out and enjoy the sun. You need, like he said that. But yet you can't go to the beach. You can't do, and that's the thing. People were saying we want the beaches to be open so that we can earn a living again. And some of these guys give maybe coaching or teaching, or they make a living off people buying surfboards and stuff like that. And they just wanted to make a living again. It's their livelihoods. That's why they wanted the beach. They said, we don't want thousands of people coming to the beaches. We know, but there are regulations that you can put in place where it says like only a limited amount of people on the beach, and it can be limited. It can be adhered to, but banning the beach entirely just doesn't make sense. And that's what they were trying to say. So I'm proud that people, that's the one, kite surfing. Thank you. I'm proud kite surfing. Yes, that's the one. I'm proud that these guys did what they did, And I think it's time that people started wanting to take back some of their rights and challenge these regulations that don't make sense, because some of them really don't make sense. You can surf, you just can't step on the beach. Like, what? It just doesn't make any sense. So yeah. Clarissa. Evil Auntie Rona lies in wait, ready to pounce on the beach sand. Yeah. Oh, man. All right, cool, guys. So just under 4 minutes, and he will be addressing us. I just want to double check and make sure that I didn't make a mistake here and make sure that the sound is good. Yes, cool. There we go. Sound is ready. Good. All right. Yeah, I've seen that already. Like, no joke. I've seen that. Like, someone with a very faint, but it was there. It was sad. It's weird as well. You know, definitely not model worthy, if you know what I mean. But yeah. All right, so let's see if he's on time. Yeah, Yanni thinks the president will be 10 minutes late. I don't think so. I think he might be slightly on time. I think he like a minute. And again, the reason why I think that is because they actually announced this quite early. So it's like they planned it. I've noticed that when it's a last moment thing where they tell you at 5 o'clock in the afternoon that he's going to be addressing the nation, that's when he's late. That's when he's like really late. So yeah. Miss Rona very aggressive on the beach, but passive in the malls and taxis. Yeah, exactly. See, that's my point. I'm not the crazy one. That's the point that people are trying to make. You can go and you can gamble. You can go and you can be in a 100% capacity taxi, right, to get to the beach. You can go to the malls and shop. You can go to very busy Sasa queues and all that stuff. But no, the beach. Sorry. Prezi, don't. Anyway, guys, while I have you here, just very quickly, before the president starts, you guys can, if you want to support me, you want to support the show, please donate to the show. You don't have to do it through YouTube. There is a link in the description where you can go to my website, and there's many different options. There's Bitcoin, there's Zapper, there's Quicket, there's many different options you can check out for yourself. And you can, some of them you can donate as much as you want. 10 Rand, doesn't matter. It really helps. Thank you so much. And you can also, if you follow that link, you can find out how you can support me monthly, not through YouTube, another way, monthly, and I will give you a Rebel cap after 6 months of you being a member or subscribed. Link also in the description for that support me monthly link. And speaking of which, Rebel, please go check out rebelstoreZA.com. Great shirts, women's shirts were just released, caps were just released, and some other great shirts were just released. So please go check it out when you have a chance. Cool. Now we wait for El Presidente. Wow. Greetings from Germany. That was a salute. That wasn't the other one. I'm not. That I should just shut up. What's Guten Tag, or is it Guten? No, it's not Guten Tag now. It's good day, good morning, Guten Soir. I could be wrong. I know a very bad German saying, which I will not say, but thank you so much for watching from Germany. This is very true. But it's not communism, it's socialism. There's a difference. I know there isn't a difference. Socialism leads to communism. But for some reason, yeah, People just don't see it. Hubby and I are hopefully getting the Footsec ANC shirts this month. Awesome! Yes, please do, man. Please do. Remember, use Ramon's promo code to get that 10% off. Don't forget about that. Off your entire order first for each customer, or per customer, sorry. First time buy. From the freedom movement from Germany. Guten Tag. Guten Tag, my friend. Guten Tag from the freedom movement. Awesome. That's great, man. Awesome. Guten Morgen. Okay. Everybody's now Guten Abend. Okay. I'm learning German now. How awesome is this? Yeah. Shush, Clarissa. All right. It's 8:01, ladies and gentlemen. 8:01. So he's officially a minute late. I could be running in here for my money right now. My bet's not looking too good. Okay, cool. Interesting. Germany. I cannot read your name. Ferdeline. Ferdeline. Isn't that female or something in Germany? Isn't that? I could be. I took Germany years ago. I forgot most of it. Ferdeline. Guten Tag. Penelope, good to see you here. Good to see you here. 9 minutes to go. All right, so Yanni's pretty adamant he's going to be 10 minutes late. We'll see. Okay, cool. Anya, good. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's good to have you here. Question, Anya, are you following South African politics? Or is this your first time watching Cyril give a speech? I'm just curious. Why? Just switch him off and listen here. Okay, 1 minute to go on JC's bet. Okay, it's you thought he was going to be 3 minutes late. Okay, yeah, I'm out. I'm out of the race. I think I've lost this one. He wasn't a minute late. Cyril likes to keep his people waiting. You see. I'm not like that. On this show, you will get the show on time. If I say a certain time, it will be on time. Sometimes I am late, yes, but that's only because I had a technical issue or a really good excuse. Like really good excuse. Most of the time, I would say I have a 97, 98% success rate at being on time. And that's a good rate. Nabila seems to be Nabila was right last time. I remember that. She predicted he was going to be. Oh, we'll see now with Nabila. She knows the president. Like she just gets him. I am following SA politics a bit because I visit SA since. Okay, cool, awesome, fantastic. Yeah. Just so you know, we don't like Cyril on this channel. Like, or at least I don't. Okay, when I say we, I mean like me. I don't like Cyril. I think he's a terrible president. Like, just in case that wasn't clear. And whatever they say about Germany, or whatever they say in Germany about Cyril, is probably a lie. Like, I'm just guessing, but I don't know. Sorry, Anya. I don't mean to disappoint you, but I'm just speaking truth. He has a lot of technical issues because he's a noob. That is, well, sometimes true. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe Nabila's in this one. Maybe Nabila is gonna get this one in 7 minutes. Ah, man, Nabila, you could be the winner here. Yanni, your we includes me. Awesome. Refresh your screen. Chats are back on. Okay. Oh, this is good. Oh, Bradley, look what you did now. All right. Looks like Anya, Ferline is one of us. Welcome. Wow. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Mitten Kalan do a backflip. I can't. I'm sitting down, and there's not enough space in my office. But thank you so much for the 35 Rand super chat. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. Germany on a very bad lockdown. Only food stores are open. See, we might be in your situation come May. Unfortunately, like we were in your situation a few months ago. We've eased the lockdown a bit, but we eased the lockdown a bit. Then we went back into a slightly harsher lockdown, which is level 3 now. We were on level 1. Now rumors are we're going to go to level 2. But I think that come May or something, we're going to go back into a harsher lockdown, maybe, or at least a level 3 again. That's what I know. That's what I think. Sorry, I don't know it. Yeah. Yeah, it's closing in. Yeah, it's closing in. Is he live on Network 24? Then he should be live here soon. That is weird. These chats are going crazy. Nobody likes him. No curfew, please. Please, Cyril, come now. Waiting. We are led. I'm sure that's sarcastic. News 24. Let me see here if I can. I see Nabila's taking the win regardless because. All right. Let's see. Say News 24. News 24, ENCA, guys. I don't know what's up with SABC. They're usually really good. I'm going to try and refresh on this side. Maybe it will come up. No. All right, one moment. Look, we all know the first like 5 minutes is I don't see ENCA with anything. Yanni O is coming to the rescue. Thank you, Yanni. Thank you, Yanni. Alrighty. This isn't it. Yanni. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, here we go. I don't know what's happening with SABC, guys, but I've got it here from News 24. Give me a moment. There we go. Share audio. I know. What the hell just happened? Come on.
Thousands of our health workers who every day put their own lives at risk to save others. We must ensure their protection as they fight for ours. In accordance with our phased rollout strategy developed through the interministerial committee that is led by the Deputy President, all healthcare workers in the public and private sectors will be prioritized for vaccination. Provincial health departments have submitted their distribution plans, and we have identified about 200 facilities throughout the country to which the vaccines can be distributed. Once we have completed the vaccination of health workers, we will move to phase 2 of the National Vaccine Strategy, which will include essential workers, people over 60 years, people with comorbidities, in other words, other health challenges, as well as those living in places such as nursing homes and hostels. In phase 3, we will extend the vaccination program to the rest of the adult population. I know that many of you will be asking yourselves all the important questions. How will you access the vaccine if you fall in the categories to which I have referred? The Department of Health has developed an electronic vaccine data system to streamline the vaccine registration and rollout process. This will allow us to capture all relevant data which is associated with the administration of the vaccine. This system allows a person to make an appointment as soon as they qualify for a vaccination at the vaccine center closest to where they are. The system will record vaccinations as they are administered. As I said in my previous address, we are sourcing our vaccines from a number of suppliers.
China.
In addition to the 1 million Covishield doses that we've just received today, we expect another 500,000 doses from the Serum Institute of India to arrive later in February. We've secured 12 million doses in total from the Global COVAX facility, which operates under the WHO. Which has indicated that it will release approximately 2 million doses by March. From Johnson & Johnson, delivery in the second quarter. Johnson & Johnson has contracted Aspen, one of our pharmaceutical companies here in South Africa, to manufacture their vaccines at their manufacturing plant in Nelson Mandela Bay. In addition, Pfizer has committed 20 million vaccine doses, commencing with deliveries in the second quarter. We are in advanced negotiations with manufacturers to secure additional supplies. South Africa will also receive an allocation of vaccine doses through the African Union, which has been negotiating with manufacturers to secure vaccines for the entire continent on a pooled basis. Through the African Vaccine Acquisition Task Team of the African Union, which is led by Mr. Strive Masiyiwa from Zimbabwe, on which our Health Minister, Dr. Zwelini Mkhize, also sits, we have to date secured 1 billion vaccines for the entire continent. 700 million of these will come through the Global COVAX facility, and 300 million have been facilitated by the African Vaccine Acquisition Task Team. We will be getting other vaccines that will be donated by various private sector companies to add to the vaccines that our continent needs. MTN, which is one of our companies that operates across a number of countries on the African continent, has made a donation of $25 million to procure 7 million vaccines, which will be made available to countries on the African continent within a matter of weeks.
They won't see that money.
And it is from these that our immediate neighbors, who we are also concerned about, like Lesotho, Eswatini, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and Namibia, who are immediately around us, and to those countries many of our people travel to, and their people also come here. They will also benefit from this facility, or from this donation. I'd like to applaud MTN for its generous donation, and I call upon private sector companies to follow the example that has been set by MTN. A considerable amount of work has been done with the private sector, and I'm pleased that there is strong commitment to support every aspect of the national vaccine rollout effort. This includes funding when needed, logistics, distribution, and administration. This has manifested in tight collaboration between the public and the private sector through a range of work streams, meetings that have been meeting on a daily basis to achieve a successful rollout. We aim to secure enough doses to achieve herd immunity, also known as population immunity, which I prefer. This is when enough of the population is immune to the virus to provide indirect protection to those who are not immune. This should bring the spread of the virus under control. Our scientists estimate that we will likely reach herd immunity once around 67% of our people are immune. This amounts, in our case, to around 40 million people in South Africa. We will leave no stone unturned in our efforts to make sure that enough vaccine doses are secured to reach population immunity in our country. The vaccines that we are procuring have gone through meticulous multi-stage testing processes, including large trials involving thousands of people. In addition to determining their effectiveness, these trials are also designed to identify side effects and safety concerns. Independent regulators then review the data from these trials to ensure that they are not harmful. The vaccines that we are procuring have been shown to be safe in large clinical trials across multiple countries. We all want to be free from this disease. We all want to be safe, and for those we love to also be safe. We aim to make the vaccine available to all adults living in South Africa, regardless of their citizenship or resident status. We will be putting in place measures to deal with the challenge of undocumented migrants in our country so that, as with all other people, we can properly record and track their vaccination history. It is in the best interests of all that as many of us receive the vaccine as possible. But I want to be clear, nobody will be forced to take this vaccine. I want to repeat, nobody will be forced to take this vaccine.
That's the best news ever.
Nobody will be forbidden from traveling to wherever they want to travel to, including from enrolling at school or from taking part in any public activity if they have not been vaccinated.
Okay.
Nobody will be given this vaccine against their will, nor will the vaccine be administered in secret or in some dark corners. Any rumors to this effect are both false and dangerous, and we would like those who are spreading these rumors to stop. Fellow South Africans, the first set of good news is the arrival of the vaccine today. The second is that we have recorded our lowest daily increase in infections since the beginning of December of last year.
Possibly, yeah.
In fact, the average rate of new infections has been steadily coming down over the last 3 weeks, indicating that we have now passed the peak of the second wave. In the past 7 days, the daily average of new infections was around 5,500, compared to just over 10,000 infections in the previous 7 days. In other words, the average number of daily new infection has come down to half of what it was. The number of hospital admissions has also been falling. At the peak of the second wave, we recorded over 2,300 hospital admissions in a day. This has now fallen to 295 hospital admissions by the 29th of January. While all the indicators are heading in the right direction, we are still experiencing relatively high rates of transmission. We are pleased that across the country, most people are adhering to the restrictions we have had to impose and are diligently observing the basic health measures needed to prevent infection. I want to thank the millions of South Africans who had to endure restrictions on their movement and activities so that infections could be contained and lives could be saved.
Why are they zooming
We
in?
have understood that no walk on the beach, no picnic in the park, and no late party is worth the loss of life that has been prevented by these restrictions. While these restrictions are temporary, the loss of life is permanent. Nevertheless, we know that the measures necessary to contain the spread of the virus have caused great hardship and difficulty for some people. We are acutely aware that these restrictions have negatively affected businesses and threatened jobs in the hospitality, the tourism, and related industries. That is why we are determined that such restrictions should not continue any longer than is absolutely necessary to contain the pandemic, as well as to minimize the loss of life. It is for this reason that we will continue to work with business and labor in these sectors to revive businesses, to restore jobs both in the immediate and long term. Over the last few days, we have assessed the state of the pandemic. We have sought the advice of our experts and consulted with representatives of the provincial, local governments, as well as our traditional leaders. With a clear decline in new infections, hospital admissions, and deaths, Cabinet has decided to steadily ease a number of restrictions under adjusted level 3.
Here we go, Yanni.
The first, the hours of the curfew will now be from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
Establishments where people go for either entertainment or otherwise will need to close by 10 p.m. so as to allow their customers and staff to return home by curfew time commencing. The second, faith-based gatherings will now be permitted, subject to health protocols. Such gatherings may not exceed 50 people for indoor venues and 100 people for outdoor venues. Where the venue is too small to accommodate these numbers within appropriate social distancing, then no more than 50% of the capacity of the venue may be used. Thirdly, public places such as beaches, dams, rivers, parks, and public swimming pools will be reopened subject to health protocols.
Thank you.
Restrictions on the sale of alcohol will be eased. The sale of alcohol by licensed premises for off-site consumption will be permitted from Mondays to Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Effective immediately.
Duty-free shops, registered wineries, wine farms, microbreweries, and micro-distilleries will be able to sell alcohol for off-site consumption during their normal licensed operating hours.
Yes, he did, JC.
The sale of alcohol by licensed premises for on-site consumption, such as restaurants and taverns and places like that, will be permitted throughout the week from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. These changes have been made possible by the significant reduction in COVID-19 hospital admissions across all provinces, reducing the pressure on beds and hospital personnel. I want to call on all of us to drink responsibly so that we do not experience a spike in trauma cases or an increase in infections due to reckless behavior. As we ease restrictions once again, the responsibility on each and every one of us as individuals becomes even much greater. Let us remember that despite the clear progress we have made, the number of new cases is still high, and there is an ever-present danger of a resurgence. It is therefore necessary to maintain the country on coronavirus alert level 3, indicating the continued high risk of transmission.
Okay, level 3 still.
Several prevention measures will remain in place. Social gatherings, political events, traditional council meetings, and gatherings at sports grounds will not be permitted. This does not include religious gatherings and funerals and other limited exceptions as detailed in the regulations, such as restaurants, museums, and gyms. Funerals may not be attended by more than 50 people, and there needs to be social distancing, hand sanitizing, and mask wearing. It remains compulsory for every person in South Africa to wear a mask in a public space. Even as we roll out the vaccination program throughout the year, and as we steadily work to reduce the number of new infections, we will need to continue to observe careful precautions to reduce transmission. This is particularly important as the new variant of the virus, 501Y-V2, is now widespread across the country. We know that it is more infectious than the earlier strain and is therefore far more likely to drive another resurgence of infections and increase the demand of our health facilities. We also know much more about the patterns of infection. If a member of a household has COVID-19 and hygiene not implemented or observed, the chances are high that infection will spread to persons in the same household. We have seen this happening. Therefore, people who discover that they have been exposed to the virus or are COVID-19 positive, they should isolate themselves at home away from other members of the family or household. Or if this is not possible, they should go to a government quarantine facility. Being in crowded places or spending time in closed, unventilated spaces dramatically increases the risk of contracting the virus. For this reason, you must avoid indoor spaces wherever possible and open windows to limit the spread of the virus through the air. Research has shown that the risk of transmission of the virus is almost 20 times higher indoors than in outdoor settings.
Yeah, you close the beach.
We continue to ask all South Africans to keep a safe distance of 1.5 meters from other people at all times. We urge employers to allow their employees to work from home wherever possible and not to risk transmission where it is not absolutely necessary to do so. And remember, even if you do not have symptoms, you can still pass the virus to other people. So it is important that we continue wearing our masks and ensure that our masks cover our noses and mouths wherever and whenever we are in public spaces. If you must have interactions with friends and family, do so outside as much as you possibly can. Since the very first case of COVID-19 was discovered in our country, we have mobilized all of the resources at our disposal to protect the lives and livelihoods of all South Africans. We've been extremely fortunate to receive support from all over the world. This evening, I wish to recognize in particular the selfless and unwavering assistance and the people of Cuba. True to its history, this small island nation has demonstrated solidarity with the hardest hit countries and sent more than 3,700 Cuban medical people throughout the world to assist in the fight against COVID-19. In recognition of this effort, the South African cabinet has approved a proposal to nominate the Henry Reeve International Contingent of Doctors specialized in disaster situations and serious epidemics, or as they are commonly known, the Cuban Medical Brigade, for the 2021 Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
In Africa alone, the brigade had treated more than 38,000 people by the end of November of 2020. They are currently still active in many countries, including here in South Africa. We extend our sincerest gratitude to the people of Cuba for this great demonstration of solidarity and humanity. Like so many people around the world, we have suffered tremendous loss and endured great sacrifices. Our lives have changed in profound ways, and we've been forced to adapt to a new and difficult circumstance. Now, thanks to the heroic efforts of our health workers, the tireless work of our scientists, the bravery of our frontline workers, and the determination of each and every South African, we can finally imagine a world where the virus has been brought under control. It is up to us to bring that world into being. It is up to us not to let down our guard and to prevent a third wave of infections.
Yep, he said third wave.
It is up to us to protect ourselves, our families, and our communities. Fellow South Africans, it is also up to us to get vaccinated as soon as we are eligible and stop the virus from spreading any further. Above all, it is up to all of us to keep the flame of hope alive, to remain determined in our commitment to one another and to our country. I am confident that together we will overcome, and we will recover, and we will rebuild. May God continue to bless South Africa and protect her people. Nkosi sikelela iAfrika, Morena boloka setjhaba sa heso. Hosi katekisa Afrika Dzonga. Here sien South Africa. Mudzimu patucheza Afrika Chipembe. Ndiyalibuwa. Nda. I thank you.
Alrighty then. Okay, so SABC had a bit of a boo-boo. Let me just show you guys what happened with SABC, because it's kind of funny. The chats have gone absolutely berserk. And they missed the entire speech. Okay, put that away. All right, so, geez, where do I even start with this? Okay, so first thing I want to say is Herman and Yanni saying that I should clip the part where the president said that we are not going to be obligated to take the vaccine. Sounds good in theory. I think that needs to be clipped. I think I will clip it, and I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna hold on to it because here's the thing, guys. ANC has said a lot over the years, and you'll forgive me if I don't trust the ANC. I think a part of me wants to believe that that is true and hopes that that is true. I mean, after all, they only want to send vaccines to about 60% of the people, or 67% to achieve population immunity. All right. But I don't know. You know, it's kind of like you've been, my wife has a saying, like, when you hurt a dog too much, eventually it's not going to. And that's kind of how I feel as a citizen of South Africa with this president and the ANC, for that matter, who have lied to the citizens over and over and over again. I just can't trust it with everything that is coming out, the corruption, the scandals that are happening until now. They haven't stopped. So excuse me, Mr. President, if I don't trust your words, and that it feels a little bit like you're just trying to calm the people down, because right now, all the radical left and woke people are going to be like, yeah, but the president said that you don't have to take it, so why are you complaining? And you know what? Maybe this gives people who don't want to take it the right to say, I don't want to take it. But I think it's going to backfire, Mr. President, because I think that just like your little government app, I'm pretty sure you guys didn't have even 2 million downloads. Not even 1 million. All right. And the same thing is going to happen with the vaccine. Not a lot of people are going to take it because we just don't trust you. We don't trust Cuba. We don't trust India. We don't trust Russia. And we don't trust China. Sorry, but your socialistic tendencies haven't really given us much confidence in the ANC. And it is time for you guys to just leave. You have done nothing for your citizens over 27 years of ruling. And that's exactly what you've been, a ruling party. You've never cared about your own citizens. You have done nothing in the past to prove that you care about the citizens. All you do is lie, you steal, and you loot. And the same thing is just going to keep on happening. Past behavior determines future behavior. I have yet to see any change whatsoever. So thank you for lifting some of the, or easing some of the restrictions. Alcohol is going to be sold for off-site consumption. The curfew is from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. And we can go to beaches. We can do a lot of stuff, but there's still some restrictions. I don't know where and how. It's all still very confusing. It's always when you give an update on the situation or the situation of the lockdown, it always seems very confusing after your speech. But one thing is always the same, is that you speak the biggest amount of waffle I've ever heard, ever. You think that people, I mean, I'm sure people just lap it up. You know, people just lap it up. I don't trust you, Mr. President. There's a lot of people that don't. That there's going to be a "We Are Led" brigade right now on Twitter and social media saying like, oh, wow, we've got alcohol back. We got this back. But guess what? He mentioned the third wave. He warned us. And what did he do last time? Remember when he had that condescending tone? When he was like, remember how it was back in the day when we did the harsh lockdown? You remember? Remember when he did that? He was doing it a little bit again today, where he's saying, hey, there might be a third wave, guys. There might be a third wave. You guys don't control yourself, say. I'm gonna give you back the toys, but you gotta be responsible, okay? Gonna give you the keys to the car, but you can't crash it, right? Don't, naughty. You know, that's naughty. Right? It's exactly how he spoke to us in the last 15 minutes. Condescending tone, because you think you're the father of a nation. You're a failed father, if I could say anything about that. And yeah. He didn't say when the regulations are coming into effect. No, he didn't, but I would imagine that it is tomorrow, I hope. We'll find out. I think I just got some messages here from some fans. Let's see. So it's still alert level 3. Of course, mandatory mask wearing. We've got alcohol sale from retail outlets will be permitted from Monday to Thursday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So I think this is effective immediately, guys. On-site consumption of alcohol will be permitted at licensed outlets from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Wine farms and microbreweries may sell alcohol for off-site consumption during the normal operating hours. Okay. No curfew hours are from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. Apart from permitted workers, no person may be outside their place of residence during the curfew. Non-essential establishments, including restaurants and bars, must close at 10 p.m. Most indoor and outdoor gatherings will be prohibited. This includes social gatherings, political events, traditional council meetings, and gathering at sports grounds. Funerals may not be attended by more than 50 people. And there needs to be social distancing, hand sanitizing, and mask wearing. Religious gatherings are now permitted, subject to limitations on the size of the gathering and adherence to the health protocols. Religious and other permitted gatherings, such as restaurants, museums, and gyms, no more than 50 people are permitted indoors and no more than 100 people outdoors, and may not exceed more than 50% of the venue capacity. Beaches, dams, rivers, parks, and swimming pools are open, subject to social distancing and health protocols. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. There you go. There you go. So Ferdinand says, same in Germany. They warn they could be further wave or harder lockdown if, and they have been doing this since March last year now, up and down. See? Probably the same thing is going to happen to us, whether we like it or not. So yeah, so far, yes, I think the regulations are effective from tomorrow, guys. He didn't specify at all, like if it was going to be on the 15th of February. So I assume it is tomorrow. There are images and banners coming out or announcements coming out that it is the new regulation. So I assume it's from tomorrow. We will see. Yeah, it's don't be fooled. Don't be fooled, guys. The reality is we are still in a level 3 lockdown. It's not level 2. It's not level 1. We have alcohol and we can go out a little bit more. That's basically it. And we can gather a little bit more and beaches aren't closed. Like that's pretty much the highlight right there. Other than that, we are still in a lockdown. We're a little bit more free. You know, we got a little extra time now. And I don't know. None of this makes sense. None of this, I don't agree with it. But yeah, anyway, I'm not going to drag this any longer. It's been over an hour. Thank you all so much for tuning in and chilling with me and enduring the speech with me. Thank you to Herman Ferdeline from Germany. Thank you so much for watching. And Nabila from Zimbabwe. JC, Bradley, Yanni, Reese, Clarissa, Eleutheria, Herman, Xavier, Penelope, all of you. Thank you. Thunder, you know who you are. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you again, Herman, for the 34 Rand super chat. I saw your previous one. Thank you for that as well. Hi, Joe. Do Aftershock stream after this one then Yanni can drink. No. I have work to do, so I'm going to probably be working a little bit, or I might just chill and then wake up early tomorrow and work. So yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in, and thank you all so much for the super chats. It's greatly appreciated. Remember, before you go, just to please support me and support the channel. I've got more content coming your way. It's not all about politics. So yeah, I upload videos as much as I can. So please, if you like my content, please go to the link below and support. And don't forget to go check out Rebel Store, za.com. Some great shirts, different ladies line just released and hats just released. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you tomorrow evening. I am having Debbie Else on the show, part of the Stop Farm Murders movement. She is someone that I am very interested to interview, so she'll be on the show tomorrow at 7 p.m. Please come and check it out. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in once again. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Please give this video a like. And yeah, let's see what happens next, guys. But one thing's for sure, we are going to be in a lockdown long after February, unfortunately. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe, be kind to one another, and I'll see you at the next one. Cheers.